The Moto Edge 40 created quite a buzz when it first launched. The initial price of 30,000 rupees felt too good to be true for a phone that packs in so many features. 4 months later, is this phone still the best all-rounder phone under 30,000 rupees? And now that its price has been reduced even further, is it worth buying in this festive sale season? Well, I've been using this phone for over 4 months, and in this video, I'll try to answer that by sharing my experience of using this phone with you guys. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Starting with the design, this thing looks amazing, be it in this acrylic finish or in vegan leather finish. I especially love this camera bump design. Also, it feels great in the hand and it is extremely thin and lightweight. The metal frame and the curved display gives it a premium touch, and having an IP68 dust and waterproof rating, especially in its price range, is praiseworthy. The only disappointing thing is that the front display is protected by NEG glass rather than Gorilla Glass. This NEG glass can be scratched quite easily, so a screen protector is definitely recommended. Next is the display. Even here, this phone impresses. This display is beautiful to look at and extremely smooth to play with. It has a good level of brightness, lively colors, and with 144Hz refresh rate, it feels extremely smooth. Obviously, there is wideband L1 support, and HDR works in YouTube and Amazon Prime Video, but unfortunately not in Netflix. Still, watching any kind of content on this display is a treat for your eyes. As this phone has a curved display, I have noticed a little bit of accidental touches. This is not a major issue, but if you're a gamer, this can be a bit irritating. Coming to audio, this phone impresses again. The stereo speakers are quite loud and pack a punch. Here is an audio sample. Coming to audio enhancements, you get Dolby Atmos support as well as a 10-band equalizer to tweak the sound to your liking. In terms of Bluetooth audio codec support, nothing is missing here, including LDAC and LHDC lossless audio codecs. Now, camera is an area where Motorola has been lagging behind its competition, especially in terms of image processing. In the case of Moto Edge 40, the camera hardware seems quite impressive, at least on paper. Coming to image samples, the primary camera does a good job in most lighting situations with good dynamic range, lively colors, and ample of details. As the primary camera sensor has a large aperture, it can create very nice natural bokeh with close-up objects. So overall, I really like the primary camera of this phone. Coming to the ultra-wide camera, it can take decent photos, having good color parity with the primary camera. It even has autofocus to double as a macro camera, and here it really shines. Here you can see the minute details in a 200 rupee note, and here you can even see individual pixels on my Galaxy Watch 4's display. Coming to night mode, this is where the primary camera truly shines. I feel it can even compete with flagship phones when it comes to night mode shots. On the other hand, the ultra-wide camera's night mode shots are not very impressive. Coming to portrait mode, you can take portrait mode shots at a focal length of 24mm, 35mm and 50mm, and the results are decent but nothing extraordinary. Next is the selfie camera. Here I am not very impressed. The skin looks quite pale and the over-sharpening enhances the skin imperfections, resulting in an undesirable look. However, this is where GCAM comes to the rescue. With GCAM using the same selfie camera, you get way better selfies. The skin tones and detail level are great. Even in less than ideal lighting, you get way better results with GCAM. I have added a link of this GCAM mod in the description. Coming to video recording, the primary camera can shoot in 4K at 30 FPS and the results look pretty good with good amount of detail and dynamic range. The ultra-wide 4K videos are softer and grainier, but still better than most phones in its price range, which are limited to Full HD resolution. The selfie camera on this phone can also record videos in 4K, but the quality could have been better. So overall, the camera hardware is great and the image processing is also getting better, but Moto needs to keep improving its image processing to match and even surpass its top rivals. The Moto Edge 40 is running Android 13 with Moto's MyUX skin on top. It is a very lightweight skin, so most of the UI is similar to stock Android with Material You design. It is pretty much bloatware free, and these are all the applications that came pre-installed. Moto has added some very cool features in terms of customization as well as gestures. You also get some good security features. Then you get Moto's Ready For feature. It lets you connect to a TV or PC wirelessly and use this phone in desktop mode. With the PC, you can also use this phone as a webcam and easily transfer data between these devices. So the software experience on this phone is really good, but I have two issues with it. First is the lack of a proper always-on display. Motorola gives you peak display, which lets you glance through your notifications without unlocking the phone, but it is not always on. You have to tap the screen or lift the phone to see this peak display. Secondly, and most importantly, Moto seems to be quite slow when it comes to system updates. Moto has promised 2 major Android updates and 3 years of security updates, which is decent, but given their track record, you might have to wait for several months to get that update. Next is performance. This phone is powered by Dimensity 8020 chip with 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. In terms of benchmarks, the scores are quite impressive, and this level of performance is similar to what you get with Snapdragon 870, which was a flagship chip just a couple of years ago. Even with stress tests, the performance and stability are really impressive. In day-to-day use, this phone is extremely smooth and can also keep many apps in memory. Even in terms of gaming, this phone does a great job. Games like Asphalt 9, PUBG and COD all run at 60 FPS. Even Genshin Impact runs smoothly at around 60 FPS in medium settings. It does get warm while gaming, but there is no abnormal heating otherwise. So I'm pleasantly surprised by this phone's performance, especially for its price. Coming to battery, even though this phone is very slim, it still packs in a respectable 4400 mAh battery. The battery life you get with this phone is good, but not great. You can expect a solid day of battery life with medium to heavy use, but not beyond that. But what I really appreciate about this phone is the charging solution. You get a 68 watt charger in the box, which can charge this phone from 0 to 100% in just about 40 minutes. This charger is a power delivery compliant charger and not just a proprietary charger. So you can charge any phone or laptop with PD support at max speed with this charger. This phone also gets 15 watts wireless charging, which is a rarity in its price range. So overall, I am satisfied with the battery department. In terms of security, you get an optical fingerprint scanner as well as face unlock. Both are decently fast and reliable. However, I would have preferred the fingerprint scanner to be placed slightly higher. The haptic feedback provided by this phone is good, but not flagship grade. In terms of sensors and connectivity, you get pretty much everything. Even in terms of networks, all the bases are covered. However, you can only use one physical SIM on this phone. If you want to use dual SIM functionality, you will need to opt for an eSIM as your second SIM. Okay, so there is a lot to like about this phone. You get a very good looking phone with a lot of bells and whistles for a very good price. It has a few shortcomings like average image processing, not so good glass protection, and slow software updates, but overall it is a very good package and I really enjoyed my time with it. So I definitely recommend this phone, especially to those who want a clean software experience and value premium features like wireless charging and IP68 rating. Alright, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it and found it useful. Please like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel down below. Thanks for watching.